Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. To be honest, not too much is happening at the moment, but what I wanted to show you is one interesting indicator that indicates a move for Bitcoin. A strong move is basically imminent. So we're going to take a look at that. Also, I take another look at Cardano, show you an ascending triangle which is currently forming, which could be the potential of a short-term trade for some people who might be interested in that. Also, generally a look at the market here. We can see a few winners over the last 24 hours. ICP I find really interesting. I do own some ICP. Internet computer, there's a lot happening. It's got a bit of a difficult history, that chart. I made a few videos on that a few months ago actually, and in the member live stream here on Sunday I talked about the Web 3.0. Now the internet computer is working on, or ICP Definity, these guys are working on building the framework for that Web 3.0. So I talked about this could be the next big hype thing in crypto after Metaverse, after play to earn, after DeFi. So find that quite interesting that this is now starting to pump, and not quite significantly actually, with $35. So it's starting to get interesting potentially here, the internet computer. Just really wanted to point that out. Now let's start with Bitcoin. Just want to show you here one thing, because not much is happening, so I'm not going to repeat my whole TA here. ABC correction, we still are in my view, that higher level correction. I do expect the price as a next move to move up there in this wave B area, between 55 to 63k, before we then move down. Yes, there are other scenarios possible. This is, in my view, however, the most likely one. What I wanted to show you, up or down, doesn't matter. There is a move, in my view, imminent. And what I have on the charts here is, first of all, the 4-hour chart and the Bollinger Bands. It's called Bollinger Bands contraction and expansion. Yeah, this is an indicator that just, first of all, it shows you the Bollinger Bands, but it also shows you just in color when there is a contraction of the Bollinger Bands. So you get in basically here in red, you see when they're expanding, and there you go, here it's expanding, and then you can see it in green when it's actually mainly contracting. So what you can see here is the Bollinger Bands contracting. So whenever you had, let's just take a little bit of a step back, whenever you had this green range for a while, there was an imminent, a move was basically imminent. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So when it's expanding, there's usually not much happening. You can see that here. It was just a boring time here between the 29th and the 31st of December. Nothing happened. Well, what did we have here? Between the 25th and the 28th, we had it green. It was contracting, and then you had a move from 52.2 all the way down to 47k. Yeah. So again, red, nothing happened. Green, you had a big move down there from 48 all the way up to 51.3. Here again, when it was contracting, you had quite a bit of a move here, down from 45.5 all the way up to 49.5. Here again, didn't really do much when it was red. Here it was green, and you had quite a bit of a move when it touched the outer band, one of the bands, and it moved all the way from 50.5k all the way down to 45. So it's quite interesting. Here also, you had a massive one when it was contracting quite a lot, and it moved down from 57.9 all the way down to 46.2. So that's how it works. Whenever you are in the green range, you normally see big moves. Sometimes, of course, in the red range it also happens, but most of the times when it's a green, you see big moves happening. It's basically telling you that there will be big moves happening. So here as well, had a very tight Bollinger Band, and then you had a massive move down there from the 6th of November from 60k all the way up to 68. So where are we now? Obviously we are green. We are actually quite squeezed. There is not a lot happening at the moment, and typically you see a big move happening when when one of the bands is broken. So here it was actually there was nearly a break. Now that could be stopped here at this level of 45.5. But what I really want to communicate, that there is here something significant in preparation, and you can see that the bands really are squeezed in the area that I basically highlighted here as a zone between 45.5. The bands actually are a little bit higher at 46, but here at 45.5 and 48. Yeah, this is basically the range and also the Bollinger Bands are pretty much squeezed now into this range. And if you see one of these levels broken, then this could be a big pump. Yeah, this could be a big pump either way. Personally, I expect it to the upside. It would also allow Bitcoin to move a little bit more in this range. But also I expect this move into the 55 to 63K area. So watch these Bollinger Bands, especially as they're getting tighter and tighter. And this could really be the next big move for Bitcoin. We've got here support levels at 45.5, then resistance at 48. And the key level that Bitcoin needs to get above is 52K before it then can move into the target area between 55 and 63K. A lot of people call 53K a key area. For me, it's 52. And then the next one is the 55K area where we're getting into the target range. That's Bitcoin. Cardano, moving now in this ascending triangle that I wanted to show you. So we obviously made this first impulse to the upside, now came down in an ABC correction. Now we potentially form the next wave to the upside. Good news is we are making higher lows here. And we are moving against this horizontal resistance area where I showed you earlier today. This is where all the volume is sitting at the moment. So that's why we have difficulties to break through there. But if I zoom out a little bit, you can see really that there was a lot of movement below this 137 area, between 137 and 138. So as soon as you break above 138, there should be quite a bit of a move. You know, it's getting squeezed into this apex here, ascending triangle. More bullish normally than bearish, especially as we have potentially here found the low for now, and we're making higher lows. So it could really be that beginning of an uptrend, and then an ascending triangle would really point more towards the upside than the downside. And yeah, 138, making higher lows here. My next expectation would then that we are continuing to move up here, possibly against 137, 138. We're now at the support level of this ascending triangle, pretty much at the support of 131. It did hold here once, twice, and it should really now move up. If it doesn't, then the likelihood gets that it moves down. But it's pointing all in the right direction here. We've been making now since the 18th of December higher lows, and I think that is really good news. All right, so hopefully hopefully you liked the update about Bitcoin and Cardano. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member to get Discord and Telegram access, live chats and live streams. Thank you. Bye-bye.